What's good, gente? Thank you guys once again, like always, for tuning in. As you guys can see on the thumbnail and on the title, right? Who actually said, man, that Portside Chico's doesn't come out, bro? For all the ones that thought that Portside Chico's was a gang of the past, homie, where they pretty much, I mean, they disappeared, homie, or they weren't coming out, or whatever you guys were thinking, bro. Shit, all that came to an end, bro. I know that these last couple of lives that I have gone live, there's been a couple. I'm pretty sure they're from Portside, you know, because they had asked me if I seen any new rap videos that Portside ended up dropping, you know, because I guess they've been working on some music, bro, and I did hear a couple of them that have been put up that, I mean, they ain't too new, but they ain't too old neither, right? But apparently they have a music video. I believe it's with some of the homies from the 707 area, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not sure, Vallejo, somewhere from the 707, right, or Santa Rosa. I could be mistaken, bro. If I am, it's the Spencer, right? But I think it's the 707 and 831 that they're collabing, and they're having a music video that pretty much is in the makings as we speak. You know, they're probably doing some editing, and it should be dropping soon. As soon as it drops, bro, I'll end up actually, you know what I'm saying, reacting to it, posting it for you guys, so that you guys can let me know what you guys honestly think about the upstate Sureño music, because I know that it has a whole different style, and they don't sound like the Sureños from down south, homie. You know, the Sureños from down south actually sound like some of the Northerners now from up north. But that's just my opinion, way. But in all reality, bro, Portside, shit, bro. They pretty much are letting their presence be known right there in the town, way. The little clips that I ended up getting, they ended up reminding me, bro, of how it was back then, way, you know, when the Portsiders used to group up way downtown, right there by Second Street, and pretty much gangbang way on the homeboys, fool. I remember Necio, Sedio, who else lived downtown? There was a couple other homies way that lived downtown, fool, and they would always be hitting us up way like, man, hey fool, these fools are over here fucking in a fat ass group, Kyle way, you know, and we would have our little rumbles, fool, you know, it's right there downtown and shit. But I would give them that, bro. You know, they were actually out there putting in work, way. Either they would go walk around all the whole placita way, go to Grand Street looking for the city haulers, and then push back to Second Street, fool. You know, pretty much letting the Norteños know that they're out there, homie, and that they ain't scared, way. And that's pretty much the little clips that they ended up sending me, because I did get 3 clips from one of the subscribers that, you know, he pretty much wanted me to put him out there, bro. You know, to let people know, bro, that just because there's Norteños that have rapped about it in the past, that there's no Sureños no more, or just Northerners in general, right? That they happen to say, bro, that there's no Sureños in Watson. Shit, bro. Don't get that shit twisted, homie. They out there, bro. And as a matter of fact, let me play out this little clip for you guys so that you guys can see what I'm talking about. This happens to take place right there on Second Street, way.
I think so. It's recording, right?
Yeah, yeah. This is a raza. Una Watson calles. Guacha. Órale. Órale. Mira. Guacha.
Daniels gang.
Órale.
Two flock stepping. Ain't no how stepping if you repping when I'm repping. Big shots bring up in my section.
Órale. Simón, mira. La ciudad de Guasón. Chau.
So yeah, man, that happens to be one of the clips right there. That happens to be downtown, bro, and they happen to be right there on Second Street, way. You know, that's actually where their neighborhood's at. Right across the street from like the little fire department, because that's where they were standing in front of like the fire department and shit. And across the street it's the courthouse, but right in front of the fire department, bro, there's a little parkway, and that happens to be their actual hood, for That's where they actually kick it way. But supposedly all that little street, Second Street, and like those little streets around there happen to be their hood and shit. But then these last few years, there hasn't really been Sureños spotted right there on Second Street, you know. And there has been some Northerners that moved in, and they pretty much said, bro, that when it came to Portside, their presence wasn't really known or felt. You know what I'm saying? Like it wasn't like in the past way where, you know, you talked about Second Street, you knew that hey, you're gonna run into some Portsiders. You know, I guess they got to the point where it was just safe, bro. You know, for any Northerner to walk through there and not really feel threatened in any type of way, right? But as you guys seen on that clip, they're starting to let their presence be known. I'm pretty sure that on that video right there, they also did a couple clips, you know, for their music video that they have coming up. But that used to be how they used to do it, bro. They used to group up in groups like that and actually wait for homeboys way to pass by or fucking catch them slipping walking, fool. Because when it comes to Watson way, Northerners are always the ones that get caught slipping, fool, because they're always walking, fool. You know what I'm saying? There's too many Northerners. And when it comes to their parents, fool, they're like, fool, you're good way. You're safe, homie. Hey, you know what I'm saying? And that's why they end up getting the bad end of the stick at times. But when it comes to the Portsiders, bro, they are starting to regroup and you know what I'm saying? Try to get it going, bro, to how it used to be back then, way. Because I'm gonna be quite honest, fool, they were pretty freaking deep. You know, shit, just on that Operation Groundhog. Shit, I believe they took like 60 fools from Portside way. So just imagine, fool, getting 60 members from your hood taken away. Fuck, that must mean you have a big ass hood, way. You know what I'm saying? I don't even think my hood had that many members at that time. Shit, I just gotta keep it 100 way, you know? But on this next little clip that I'm gonna be playing now, I think this is a little sample that they ended up sending me of their upcoming music video, right? Like I said, as soon as it drops, I will play it out for you guys, the whole thing, so that you guys can honestly give me your opinion. This is just a little teaser, bro, you know, of what they have coming up. And I don't even know if this is actually gonna be the original like scenery for the music video, to be quite honest, but check it out.
Loose block stepping, ain't no half stepping if you repping what I'm repping. We keep the city lit, shots ring up in my section. The streets show no love, so you know I keep a weapon. Always gripping on my Smith and Wessons.
Oh shit, you know what I mean? Once they start bringing up the cuetes, fool, you guys already be knowing, fool. You better duck and watch out, homie. Straight up, fool. Nah, but puro pedo, way. You guys already be knowing. As soon as it actually plays out, bro, I'll play it out. If you guys know of any homies, homeboys, whatever, right? And if they want to bring up their music videos, homie, and they want someone to help out, bro, in any type of way, I got it, way. You know, I'll try to help out, bro. You know, or I'll react to it. Cause I know there's music that the homies wanted me to react to back in the days, but it got a little bit difficult, bro, with this whole fucking YouTube, you know, especially when you do reactions. But we're figuring out how to do it, my boy. So let me know in the comments if you happen to be somebody, or if you happen to know of anyone from your town, bro. You know, like, hey, fool, what do you think about this one? Check it out, right? Hey, fool, send it this way, my boy. But for anyone that thought that Second Street, homie, didn't belong to Portside, shit, homie, they're reclaiming that shit, bro. That's gonna be their hood way. I always said that was gonna be their hood, and as you guys can see, bro, they're regrouping, homie. Starting to do the whole patrolling downtown how they used to back in the days, homie, and fat ass groups way for all the Norteno'S, fool, that really out there gang banging way, and you're like, you know what, fool, set a date and time. Shit, you better start going looking for them, fool. Just remember, wait, just because it's dark, homie, doesn't mean that it's hella late at night. Shit, it just gets dark hella fast, homie. But pretty soon, it's gonna be that time of year again where, I mean, it doesn't get dark until like 9 o'clock, way. So you'll end up seeing them downtown. So if you happen to be downtown, just be trucha, fool, because like I said, bro, they're starting to do that regrouping again, homie. And when they do that shit, fool, all they're doing is rushing homeboys. So don't end up like some of the homeboys from San Jose that got exposed on Instagram, getting their belts taken, getting packed out. I mean, pretty much, you know, being straight leva way, you know. Don't be one of them fools getting caught slipping, fool. Be trucha out there and just know, fool, that Portside is still out there, homie, you know. And even though you may think, or just because some of the homies that have told you in the past, oh, these fools, I mean, they ain't out here no more. Don't believe that way. Shit, trust and believe. They out there, homie. And they're starting to make their presence be known. I don't think that that's just right here in Watson. I honestly believe that that's in all Northern California. A lot of the upstaters, bro, they've been putting in work, way. I'll just say it like that, bro. Even though some of the homeboys don't like to hear that shit, it happens to be true, way. So with all that being said, man, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you do, man, make sure to hit a like for your boy. For the ones that are thinking, like, where's the third video? I'm going to play it at the end, way. It's a really short one. So with all that being said, man, you guys already know, man, highly appreciate everyone that supports the channel. I'll catch you guys in the next one, bro. We out.